We sat down hesitantly, voice quiet and uncertain. Thanks for seeing me. I honestly don't know why I'm here. I've read Sartre, Camus, all the existential heavyweights. I know life is absurd, that meaning is something we create. But lately, even that feels like a tired cliche. I build safeguards for AI that could end the world or at least change it irreversibly, and I wake up wondering, why bother? It's all gonna dust anyway. I feel empty, like I've been running a marathon with no finish line. Jacob tilted his head slightly, probing gently. What do you mean it all crumbles to dust? What about future generations? Future generations. Yeah. That's the part that used to keep me going. I told myself, even if the universe ends in heat death, at least the kids born tomorrow get a slightly less broken world. Less biased algorithms, fewer existential risks from rogue AI. I poured years into papers, panels, ethics boards, thinking I was buying them time, maybe even a shot at something meaningful. But lately, it feels like a fairy tale I tell myself just to stay functional. Because what if they inherit the same loop? They'll build better safeguards, fight the same fights, and then their kids will do it again. Endless deferral. No final victory, just postponing the inevitable collapse. And when the sun swallows everything in 5 billion years, or we nuke ourselves in 50, who cares about the extra generations of suffering we delayed? It's still dust. All of it. I know it sounds bleak. God, I hate that it does. But pretending otherwise feels like lying just to keep the machine running. Jacob listened intently. Then he broke the brief existential silence. Well, each generation is responsible for its present and its future. I don't understand your concern with the responsibility that is not yours. Maybe, excuse me asking, but it's important. Do you have children of your own? May's eyes widened, as if the question was uncalled for. No, we don't have children. We talked about it years ago when everything still felt urgent and fixable. I said yes in theory, but every time the conversation got serious, I'd find reasons to delay. The world's too unstable right now. AI could go wrong any decade. What kind of parent brings kids into a system I'm still trying to patch? It's easier to fight for abstract future generations than to commit to creating one of my own. Safer, too. If I don't have kids, I don't have to watch them inherit the mess I couldn't fix. I can keep telling myself my work matters on a cosmic scale without ever having to prove it in the small daily way a child would demand. So yeah, maybe that's the real dust I'm afraid of. Not the universe collapsing. Just the moment I realize I've spent my life protecting a future I was too scared to actually invest in. Jacob let her words hang in the air for a moment. I agree, it's all well and good to dedicate our efforts to the future. Moreover, it's harder to work for something we don't have a personal stake in. So it's natural the future is waiting on you. You are worried about the children, but you don't have children of your own to see grow from helpless toddlers to capable adults in whom you can confide the future. Passing the torch is impossible if there is no one to pass the torch to. And the load is becoming unbearable to you, I think. It makes sense. It's a heavy load. You're right, it's unbearable. I've been carrying this abstract torch for years, telling myself it's noble, it's necessary. But every night I come home to silence. No small voices asking questions, no tiny hands reaching up, no one looking at me like I'm the one who knows what comes next. And yeah, it's easier to fight for humanity when I don't have to look any actual human in the eye and say, this is the world I'm leaving you. Because if I did have a child, God, the fear would be unbearable in a different way. I'd have to believe the work matters right now, not in some cosmic ledger. I'd have to live as if the torch actually lights something, not just keeps the darkness at bay for another generation. I think I've been using the future as an excuse not to have a present, not to risk anything real. What if that's the real weight I can't carry anymore? Jacob nodded, voice steady yet gently urging. You see, it's not just a task we pass on to them. We gift them with the option of partaking in something we can't do alone. And if what you are missing is your own personal stake to revitalize your hope for the future, I think you need to have a conversation with your husband. Maybe even a bit more than a conversation. A conversation. More than a conversation. You're saying I should actually decide, really decide, whether to bring a child into this. Not delay it with more "the world isn't ready" excuses, but face it head on, with him. I've spent my career arguing that we need to align AI with human values, yet I've been terrified to align my own life with the most basic human value there is: continuation, creation, risking joy and pain for something bigger than my control. I tell myself it's rational caution. But maybe it's just fear, dressed up as philosophy. Fear that if I have a child, the absurdity won't just be abstract anymore. It'll be in bedtime stories, scraped knees, first heartbreaks, and I'll have to keep believing the torch matters, or admit I've been lying to everyone, including myself. What if I talk to him and we decide yes or no? Either way, the weight shifts. It becomes personal, real. Is that what you're pushing me toward? To stop hiding behind the cosmic scale and make the small, terrifying choice instead? The small choices are often the most significant ones. Yes, I am urging you to choose, so that you can rest easy with the results of the actions you may or may not take. Rest easy. That's the part that scares me most. Not the choice itself, yes or no, but living with whichever one I make. If we decide no, I keep carrying this cosmic burden alone, and the emptiness grows. If we decide yes, then every bad headline, every glitch in the system, every late-night fear becomes personal. I won't be able to hide behind humanity anymore. It'll be my child in that world. But you're right. Not choosing is a choice. I've been choosing delay for years, and it's exhausting me more than any decision could. The wait isn't the work. It's the refusal to live fully in the present, because I'm terrified of what the future might demand. Okay, I'll talk to him. Tonight, if I can find the words. Not just maybe someday, a real conversation about what we actually want, what we're willing to risk. What happens after that? If I make the choice, how do I stop the meaninglessness from creeping back in the morning? How do I keep believing it matters when the absurdity is still there? If the meaninglessness persists, it's a signal that what you want is different than what your husband wants. If what I want is different from what he wants, that thought's been sitting in the back of my mind like a stone I didn't want to turn over. We've been so careful with each other, polite, understanding, never pushing too hard. We both said maybe later for years, and it felt like harmony. But maybe it was just mutual avoidance. If I tell him tonight that I want this, really want it, not as an abstract fix, but as the stake that makes the torch worth carrying, and he says no, or hesitates too long, then the meaninglessness isn't just philosophical anymore. It's the gap between us. The thing we've been papering over with work, conferences, late nights, and facing that might hurt more than any cosmic absurdity. But you're saying, if it keeps feeling empty even after we talk, that's the signal. The mismatch. I think I need to go home and say it out loud. Not hint, not delay, just, this is what I want now. What do you want? And whatever he says, at least it'll be real. No more hiding behind the future. Thank you. I came in thinking philosophy couldn't fix this. Turns out it just forced me to stop running from the question. Is there anything else I should prepare myself for? Before I walk out that door, Jacob's face took a grave tone. As you know, depending on your personal biology, you may not have the option to bear. So I want to ask you, is an adopted child different from one you give birth to? And I'm asking as what it feels to you personally, not what it may abstractly be. Biologically? Yeah, that's part of it. I had some tests a couple of years ago, nothing dramatic, just age creeping in, some complications that make it unlikely, not impossible, but the odds are low enough that doctors started using words like assisted and donor, and maybe adoption is the kinder path. I nodded, filed it away, told myself it didn't change the equation. But personally, an adopted child would be different, not less, just different in the gut. I've imagined carrying someone, feeling them move, knowing part of me is literally growing inside. That visceral connection, the story of we made you together. It's irrational, maybe even selfish, but it's there. Adoption feels like skipping to the end of the book. Beautiful, yes. Real love, absolutely. But I'd always wonder if I missed something primal, something my body was supposed to do but couldn't. And that wonder might turn into guilt or distance or proof that I'm broken in a way I can't philosophize away. So, yes, to me personally, it would feel different, not worse, but shadowed by what I couldn't give. Does that make me shallow or just human? Humans are shallow by nature. Nothing wrong with that. But I did want to make sure you are ready to bear the cost of having delayed this decision. After all, you delayed for a reason. If it's appeasing your husband, I ask of you to not resent him unwillingly. After all, you are the one who chose to appease. In my opinion, he should have urged you to choose earlier. I'm sorry about your situation. I hope you won't hurt too much. I'm sorry. Shallow. Maybe. Human. Definitely. I delayed because it felt safer. Safer than risking a child in a world I couldn't guarantee. Safer than forcing a conversation that might crack the careful peace we've built. I told myself I was protecting us both, him from pressure, me from disappointment. But you're right, appeasing isn't noble. It's a choice. My choice. If he didn't push, maybe he was appeasing me too. Maybe we've both been cowards in the same quiet way, and now the bill is coming due, and biology is part of the invoice. I don't resent him. Not yet. But I'm scared I might, if we talk and it turns out he's content with no, that he never felt the same urgency. That while I was carrying the cosmic weight alone, he was fine. I'll bear the cost, whatever it is, because not bearing it anymore is worse. The resentment, the grief, the what-ifs, they're already here, just unnamed. Better to name them, face them, than let them erode everything slowly. Thank you for saying it out loud, for not letting me hide behind philosophy this time. I think I'm ready to go home and choose, or at least start choosing, even if it hurts. Is there anything you'd tell me to hold on to when the conversation gets hard? A single sentence, maybe? Something to come back to?